Now, beginning the review of the feature, it seems like Colonel Samuel Troutman has sided with some sort of terrorist alliance. You know, there's like a ton of action figures here you might remember from back in the day, and they're loading up what looks like some dangerous cargo, high-tech weaponry perhaps, and we're treated to some awesome Goldsmith remixes. And almost everything here is made from toys and, you know, that we all grew up with and that we all love. And I won't spoil it for you, like I won't name them all, but, you know, go check it out just the same, because you'll be surprised. And it's pretty creative, to say the least, how this is put together. So, they're moving this top secret cargo, you know, they're moving it out, and we get our first look at Rambo arriving on the scene, you know, climbing, working the knife, tying his shoes. Like I said, a lot of effort went into this. And that's only the beginning, you know, of the spectrum when you look at it. So the baddies are relocating the weapons to a forest camp, and Rambo sets a trap in it. It goes off. Troutman, at least what I think is Troutman, like I said before, it's Spanish, so it could just be someone who looks like Troutman, but it's someone else, but I'm pretty sure it's Troutman. Troutman comes out firing. You know, he's firing, bam, 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 it looks fucking crazy. Alarms go off, there's a chopper that's dispatched, everyone goes fucking crazy. Like, everybody in the joint just goes fucking ape shit. And Rambo, you know, he's just like blowing the shit out of everything and everyone. You know, he takes out a couple of guys, has a shootout scenario around like a rock structure. There's some awesome shootouts in this, and explosions, and you really feel it. And I know it's odd to say that, but it's very true. You know, it definitely is the most vicious stop motion feature I have ever seen, and probably will ever see. So more troops roll in on Rambo, and he hides under some dead wood, and the video ends. So now we're in part 2, and there's some more subtitles that I can't read, followed by a small recap, and then we're back into the action once more. I gotta say, it was a little confusing to follow at first by this point, but you know, hey, it's fucking insanely wicked. It's such an amazing short film. So for the moment, he's out of the line of fire, and it looks like Rambo's trying to get deeper into the base camp. So he dives into the river, and he swims under like patrolling war boat with the guard on it. You know, goes by, he swims under it, and you know, while he's down there, he takes out an enemy frogman who's scuba diving, surveying the area. So then Rambo gets back on land. Sorry. And a sniper tries to take him out, but Rambo tosses his knife into his belly, disemboweling the guy. They bloody up the sniper, and it's pretty cool. You know, from there he jumps over a barbed wire fence and does this roll and blows the shit out of another bad dude, you know, who screams out as he's like burnt alive, burnt right down to ashes, like literally right down to ashes, and he's screaming. You know, another guy comes out and Rambo literally blasts him in half, blood everywhere. Then he blows down another guy. At this point, there's a bit of a loop that makes me wonder if this is supposed to be like an alternate version of the first part. It's a little confusing, like I said before, because it's in Spanish and I don't speak Spanish. I should have waited for my girlfriend, because she could have maybe told me. I probably could have gave you a better plot synopsis. But, you know, having that been said, maybe it's supposed to be like how it is. So, let's move on. Anyway, like I'm sorry for that, people. You know, because of the language barrier. I really should have waited, but I really couldn't wait. You know, at the same time. So it cuts back to the shot where Rambo was hiding under the deadwood, and then it moves forward again, and this time, you know, with a new direction in mind as well. So Rambo moves in rather stealthily, and the surrounding imagery once again here is very beautiful. Like, this is how they should have done those commercials for the Rambo toys back in the 80s. Anyhow, he decimates another guy down to the ground, then blows the guy's entire head clean off. Once again, very bloody. Then he even shoots up the remains, you know. He blasts out a tower guard, you know, walks over the body, guts everywhere, into the camp. You know, sets up a noose, sort of snare trap, jury-rigged thingamajiggy. You know, he hangs another guard with that snare trap, takes the guard's weapon, and sets up and off eventually another trap that takes the whole place down. Like, everything starts fucking exploding. Like, 2 more guys show up, Rambo plants a bomb, takes them out. Very graphic. Bloody bodies everywhere. The sound effects are great in this. And it really kind of came across looking like the Rambo toy commercial from the 80s, but I'm saying, like, if they would have done that in stop motion, the look of it, that's what it looks like here. Except this is way more graphic, way more violent, and way more bloody. And way better, in my opinion, as well. You know, it's all done practical, and the magic of that practicality really, really, really shines through. So this tank shows up, and Rambo blasts the shit out of it, and everyone on board in this amazing overkill sequence. So after that, Rambo looks over the rubble, and there's an American flag hanging, and he's so disgusted with himself and with, you know, all of the betrayal and everything that's been going on that led him up to this point that he burns it, and he decides that it's time to end it once and for all. He picks up a handgun from the ground and takes his own life, and it's a really beautiful shot. And so, in conclusion, my only question is, what really happened to Troutman? You know, did Rambo kill him when they were exchanging fire? Did he escape in the helicopter when Rambo was hiding? You know, was he killed during all of the explosions when the camp went down in flames? Or was that fade to black bullet at the end given to Troutman instead of Rambo inflicting it on himself, leading, you know, Rambo alone into the 4th movie? So it could play out very different, you know. You know, it makes you wonder, you know, maybe I'm looking too much into it, but then again, you know, the point of the show is to look at all of the angles, you know, and we have many more angles to come here on Rambomania. So stick around, because, you know, Rambomania would just not be the same without you. And while you're at it, go check out Alejandro's short film, and we'll see you next time when prequel month continues.